What's going on, everybody? Doc here, Average Gamer Guys, back again. MTG Arena action. We're jumping right back into our qualifier play-in. Made some recording space. So we're sitting currently at 2 wins, 1 loss. We got to try to get to 6, which means we'd have to rattle some off here. Honestly, I'd be pretty happy with just a couple more wins. Would be pretty cool. In the first video of this, we went through our deck and our sealed pool and kind of chat about it. We'll give you a quick rundown in case you missed this. We're essentially going to 3-color, white, black, red, and we have, I feel like, a pretty solid pool. Our removal suite is absolutely fantastic. We have some really, really good top-end Rotten Mouth Viper. We have not seen this card have a huge impact yet on any of the games that we've played. We've been able to get there with just everything else that we have, but we have some really solid rares here. Valley Quest Caller, we got the Flame Caller as well, and just, again, some good, just a good solid base here of removal and creatures. We have some good synergies with some bats, with some other things. We've got a little bit of recursion with Bonebind. We've got Strike Force. We're actually sitting pretty well from a flying perspective. That's how we've been able to get in a good chunk of our damage, and also be able to defend against that, because flying seems to be relatively prevalent here. So that's what we got working. We're gonna jump into some more matches here and hopefully grab a few more wins. Let's get to them. Okay. I'm gonna keep this. If we can find our 3rd mana. This might be a little sketch. We do have to take out the trash, so we can probably got a couple of draw steps. We find our 3rd mana here, though. We are just rocking and rolling. Absolutely be rocking and rolling. Strike Force. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. This might be the end of this play-in. Iridescent Vine Lasher. We're gonna have to get rid of it very quickly here. On-land card. Yeah, I'll get rid of that one. Okay, this is a problem. Just see what they play here. Sure. We're gonna take a beginning of each opponent's upkeep. That player has 1 or fewer cards in and they lose 2 life. Sure. 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 Alright, we are just gonna kill this now. Probably could have saved ourselves some damage. Oh, thank gosh. Okay. Alright, well. Get this going. I feel like we just put the pressure on here. Got 3 flying creatures. Sucks. And we'll just Banishing Light that. Two, 4, 5. This would be 6 mana. Do we just do this? And represent the damage? I feel like we do. They have to crack a permanent or sack a card. Seems pretty good. Oh, they're missing a color. Good game. That stinks. I mean, personally, I'm happy I won. I kind of hate to win a little bit that way. I was kind of wondering what was going on. They're really trying to draw through. They drew a lot of cards, so I'm actually very surprised by that. But, hey, it is what it is. All right, we pick up a win, which is pretty cool. So let's get to our 5th round. Here we go. Okay, we're on the other side of it this time. And I'm going to try to draw through it. If we can get, again, to 3 mana. Great removal. I've got red. I've got black. I do have a turn 2 play. I'm going to try it. Yes. Oh, that's huge. Let's go. This is big, actually. What do I get rid of here? Get rid of that. Bandit's Talent, very interesting. I thought about Banishing Light, but Banishing Light's going to help me to rip that down, so... Uh-huh. What are they taking here? Okay. All right. Honestly, I want them to... We got all 3 colors. Let's just rip this guy. I don't know why they wouldn't forage. Yep. Ooh, so here's the question. Do we get the Intimidator down? Or do we Banishing Light this thing? I'm gonna just play the Intimidator. Just get it on the field. Force a sacrifice. I'm okay with this. Good body. I think I just do this. Rottenmouth might finally actually come into play here. This is going to be the first time where this has an impact. This is big. They have to have a removal spell for it. Like, right now. Sure. Oh, they mill to feed the cycle. Vigilance, reach, and trample. So the question is, I'd be forcing it to rip 2 cards. If I attack, I can just bring it back. I attack, I get the 2. They double block. Flip side of this is I just Banishing Light this guy. I'm just gonna do that. Two blight counters. This is just gonna... This will just absolutely take over. You can sack the food and the bandit's talent. That gives them some amount of outs here. But this stays on the field and then attacks again. Yeah. I feel like I do play the land. Oh, they got there. But then 3 of these? And then I could just bring it back. I'm in a pretty good position here. Oh, okay. You can make Kenai pretty big. +4/+4, and trample. That's pretty good. If I find a removal spell for Kenai, it's just nice. Good play. Well done. Well played. Well played. All right. Well. Sure. Can he play these? Sure, you can make it a 7/7. That'd be fine. No blocks. That presents a problem. Guess I don't understand why this doesn't. As long as there are 4 more types among cards. Oh, types among cards. Since sorcery, creature. That presents a bigger problem. I need a removal spell. Is what I need. That's what we need. Need one of our removal spells. So at some point you have to flash this guy in. I get rid of this, it's where we'll be in a good spot. Look at the bunnies. The bunnies. It's got Death Touch. Be careful. Keen-Eyed was about the best thing that they could have seen. That was really good. I need my kill target creature, lose 2 life spell is what I need. Oh, I already played that. I need something else that can kill that 6/6. Or honestly, take the trash out too would work. Quite a few of my spells here would work fine. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have to block some things here. I feel like I need to just do this. This is probably bad. I'm probably walking in. Maybe not. Should I target artifact or enchantment? Sure. Sure. Bring this guy back. Am I just dead is the question. I think I'm dead. Anyway, I survived this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Oh, that's rough. Getting the keen-eyed and being able to take out my rotten mouth, that's just rough. Block here. Then minus this. Then attack this. Oh, unfortunate. Ugh. They just had the perfect timing of being able to get keen-eyed, and that feed from the cycle, I think, is what they used to kill it. It was either, yeah, I think it was a feed from the cycle to be able to destroy him. You know, I'm just trying to think if there was a better route to go there. I'm actually thinking, I'm wondering if banishing like that creature was the right play. I'd have to go back to take a look at this. I think that's maybe where we transition a bit. I'm really not sure if that makes a huge difference, though. Because we could have, again, attacked in. We would have taken out one of those creatures. Rottenmouth goes to the graveyard. I think it was that turn, anyways, that we had attacked. That that next turn, I think they were able to sequence in those plays. It had the answers. This thing is absolutely fantastic, and being able to get a couple of attacks in certainly put some pressure on. Made them make some moves. You know, we were able to get rid of this bandit's talent, which I think was good at that point. That would have been starting to cost us some life. But I think Relying a little too heavily on Rotten Mouth there was probably a little bit of the issue. And unfortunately, again, we keep it in for one more turn. We get one more attack in with the 6/6 here. And it's just, I mean, there's nothing they can do. It would have taken way too much damage, or they would have had to sack way too many permanents or discard way too many cards. And again, Keen-Eyed was just the perfect card at that point, I feel like, for what they had going on. And then being able to find the Galewind Moose as well. I forget how they did that. I think it was... How did they do that? Because they revealed it. Maybe it was Cache Grab that ended up getting them there. They have a lot of ability to forage. This was a really nicely put together deck. A lot of options to forage. A lot of triggers for the forage as well. And I think, honestly, we just needed really needed to save this removal spell for Keen-Eyed, or the big 6/6 would have been really helpful. Maybe not attacking with our 3/3 flyer and then taking out the trash to try to get it killed. But at that point, we're so far behind anyways. We just needed to see if we could get maybe a tempo swing and then start pinging in for some damage. All right, well, we finish at 3-2. Very tough last match there. And I'm not super disappointed. I'm actually pretty happy with the deck. Like I said, I feel like we definitely were in each of the games for the most part. We got a little mana screwed, I think, on one of the first ones. But other than that, I feel like we were definitely in the games. I never saw Sonar Strike, which I thought was really, really interesting. That would have been an interesting removal spell to get instead of take out the trash, to grab the 3 life. Because there's a world in which we see this instead of take out the trash there at the end, that we would have kept the 3/3 back, let them attack into us, and maybe make a different play, and we would have been able to pick up 3 life, which would have been nice. I'm just trying to think what else would have helped us there near the end. Obviously something like Intrepid Rabbit, where we could get some additional creatures out. The Intimidator. Not being able to recur the Intimidator was also an impact. And that was one to think about. I think this card, being able to play it with his Offspring, especially late in the game, is super, super good. But again, threatening the 3 life unless they sacrifice an online permanent or discard a card, and getting a 4/3 body down on the field is also very, very good. We never saw Driftgloom Coyote. I didn't even think about this. This would have been the swing that we would have needed on that 6/6. We could have dropped this in there. We could have pulled that, at least for the turn. We could have got in some damage, and then essentially we would have had the body and the blocker there to be able to make some moves. Now, I don't know how much that actually changes the game. That's pretty interesting to think about. If we would have seen this guy, I did not see him a single match, which is really, really interesting. So just one of those things. We did see Rottenmouth a few times, and again, I think this thing was absolutely fantastic. Just absolutely awesome. So we'll wrap it up here. Not bad. Honestly, not too bad. I would have liked to maybe pick up an additional win. There's quite a few gems on the line, which is interesting enough for the play-in points. So cool that we picked up 3,000. Would have been nice to get 4 or 5 wins here. Obviously, I will say this: if I would have gotten to 5 wins and then lost, I would have been probably a little bit more upset. 4 wins would have been kind of that sweet spot in the middle. I would have liked to pick up an additional win, but we did go positive overall, and I thought drafted a pretty neat deck, all things considered. So we'll wrap it up here. We're going to flash some socials. Like, subscribe, do the YouTube thing, help us get to 1,000 subs. It's our first main goal here, and we'll have more Bloomburrow, sealed, and draft coming up on the channel here real soon. So be sure to stick around. We've got MTG pack cracking action. We open packs every Wednesday, so if you're interested in that, we got some Bloomburrow collectors continuing on. We've got a whole bunch of other videos in the queue ready to go once that wraps up as well. So if you enjoy that, if you enjoy collector booster, play booster, we did some draft. We've just kind of touching in on everything. Bloomburrow has been absolutely fantastic for us, so don't miss those videos. The collector booster box openings have been absolute fire, so super excited to share that with you, and just appreciate your time. If you had a chance to do the qualifier play-in, let me know how you did. Let me know how you fared, and let me know what you're thinking of Bloomburrow so far. We'll be sure to catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.